Welcome to my review of the Riverboat Gambler by Great Eastern Cutlery. What an excellent name for this knife. Great Eastern Cutlery often comes up with imaginative speaking names for their traditional pocket knives, like for example Whaler or Weaver Jack. These names give the knives an aura of the good old times. The name Riverboat Gambler evokes the golden era of Mississippi River steamboats. Steamboats played a major role in the 19th century development of the Mississippi River and its tributaries by allowing the practical large-scale transport of passengers and freight both up and down river. Using steam power, riverboats were developed during that time, which could navigate in shallow waters as well as upriver against strong currents.
Going down to Mississippi, gonna play myself a little blue. Hey mama, have you heard the
Riverboat gambling was a widespread phenomenon. As cities passed ordinances against gaming houses in town, the card sharks moved to the unregulated waters of the Mississippi aboard river steamers. There is a certain romance attached to the riverboat gambler of the 19th century. In games of poker, blackjack or three-card Monte, these bold adventurers made enormous fortunes, lost them and recouped them many times over.
floating down the Mississippi, watching the clouds pass the moon.
One of the Mississippi River's most famous gamblers was George Duval from New Orleans. The son of a Revolutionary War hero, Duval had learned to cheat at cards by age 11 and by 16 had amassed a gambling fortune of $3,000. He later wrote his memoirs, telling lots of gambling stories and anecdotes. And like many other gamblers, he died a poor man. The emergence of the railroads as a better transportation medium and the outbreak of the Civil War caused the demise of the riverboat. Trains were more reliable and were faster than the riverboats. The war between the states interrupted virtually all river travel and abruptly diminished gambling in that area. Now back to the knife. Let's first take a look at the pattern number. The pattern number 89 identifies it as a melon tester or melon knife. Sometimes this pattern is also called citrus knife, sausage knife or fruit knife. Usually a melon tester is a long, skinny bladed knife with a spear point main blade. Some models have 2 or even 3 blades. The melon tester is a relatively young pattern. It was first offered in the 1930s. W.R. Case introduced it in the 1950s. This knife is a double-end melon tester. The master blade, however, is not a spear point blade. It has a clip point design. The second blade is a small spear blade, or which is the same, a pen blade. The information on the type and number of blades is encoded in the tang number. 89 is the melon tester pattern number. 1 means that the master blade is a clip point. 2 is the number of blades and 12 is the year of manufacture. The closed length of this knife is 102 millimeters or 4 inches, which is relatively short compared to other melon knives. The overall length is 179 millimeters. The length of the master blade is 77 millimeters. The tang is 3 millimeters thick, but the actual blade thickness is 2 millimeters. The weight comes in at 49 grams. The blade steel is 440C. Those of you who are familiar with Great Eastern Cutlery probably know that the Northfield Unexcelled and the TDU branded knives feature carbon steel blades. The pocket knives of the Great Eastern Cutlery product line come with stainless 440C blades. Both blades are flat ground and have nail nicks for easy access. The main blade is etched with Great Eastern Cutlery trademark. It's the same logo as on the tube, with the two squirrels and an acorn in the center. The handle features the typical sandwich design: front handle scale, brass liner, two back springs, brass liner, and the second handle scale. Please note that the main blade operates on both back springs. The pen blade has a 90-degree stop. Each blade has a good snap and walks and talks. The bolsters are fluted. The wood used for the handle scales is American walnut, a warm-colored wood with a lot of grain. And last but not least, there is an acorn-shaped nickel-silver shield. As always, the build quality is superb. Even with a magnifying glass, you won't find any gaps between the bolsters, handle scales and liners. The blades don't rub against the liners or against each other. Simply perfect. Some melon testers are ridiculously long and you wouldn't want to carry them as an EDC knife. But this knife has a very nice length to it, which makes it an elegant gentleman's folder. I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching.